Brightstorm has thousands of high-quality videos covering all major subjects. Please check out more at www.brightstorm.com.
Outside of carbon, oxygen, hydrogen, one of the most important elements for living creatures is nitrogen. So the nitrogen cycle is vital for organisms. It's used and is a key component in amino acids, in nucleic acids. Pretty much it's what we need. And that's one of the reasons why in organic fertilizers that farmers put on their fields, ammonia is one of the most common elements in it, which contains that nitrogen. Now, 80% of our atmosphere is nitrogen gas, so you'd think, well, we can just get nitrogen by breathing it in. However, nitrogen gas is useless in most cases. I inhale the nitrogen gas, I exhale the exact same amount of nitrogen gas. Some of it can get into my bloodstream, but not so much. I can't absorb it. It's not in a useful form. That's why we need this process called nitrogen fixation. So most of the nitrogen that's in our ecosystem gets there via these nitrogen fixing bacteria. They convert that atmospheric nitrogen gas into ammonia and into ammonium, the ion. Ammonia winds up volatilizing as a gas if they don't use it, and that's why when it hits water it converts into ammonium. Now, there's a number of other processes involved in the nitrogen cycle. One is called nitrification, which is converting the ammonium into nitrites and then ultimately into nitrates, NO3-. Denitrification is the reverse of this. Essentially, it's converting that NO3- into ultimately nitrogen gas, which is returned ultimately to the atmosphere. Ammonification takes organic forms of nitrogen, for example, in amino acids or proteins, and it converts that organic nitrogen into ammonium. Now let's take a look at this diagram over here, which shows you the complexity of the nitrogen cycle. So here we see the atmospheric nitrogen. It gets incorporated by nitrogen-fixing bacteria, many of whom live in root nodules in a symbiotic mutualistic relationship with plants like legumes, like peanuts. While there's other soil-fixing or nitrogen-fixing soil bacteria that are producing more of this ammonia and converting through ammonification into NH4. Now, plants can assimilate this ammonium and take it in, and then we can get it from the plants when we eat them. Decomposers can get it from plants when they decompose them. Now, nitrification, however, is the most common way to incorporate nitrogen for the plants. And that's done by, again, various bacteria in the soil that do this process of converting the ammonium into nitrites, which are NO2-, and ultimately into NO3-. And then through, again, the process of assimilation, they're pulled in. Elsewhere in the soil, you could have denitrifying bacteria that return the nitrogen to the atmosphere, completing and restarting the nitrogen cycle.
By 2. I can't do this with you two laughing back there.
Work it, work it.
So if we had, no, that's not right, 3 coplanar points.
So have you ever gotten off an airplane?
That should be
Less than.
yeah. Dang.
Is it like 500 degrees in here or what?
All right, so when you're in chemistry class, you're going to be doing a lot of work. You're going to be starting over.
So as an example, we could consider like you've got a chain hanging from two fix. Yeah.